When COVID-19 spread across the globe, no single country could stop it alone. When carbon emissions warm the planet, no border wall can block the heat. When financial markets crash, the shockwaves ripple worldwide. These crises remind us of a simple truth. In an interconnected world, global problems demand global solutions. Enter global governance and international organizations. Welcome back to the Learning Studio. You're watching our political science series, and in today's lecture, we'll explore global governance and international organizations, why they are essential for tackling challenges like climate change, health crises, and international trade. And don't forget, in our next episode, we'll turn to great power politics, examining how the US, China, Russia, the EU, and India compete and cooperate to shape the future world order. What is global governance? Global governance refers to the systems, rules, and institutions that help coordinate action among states to address global issues. Unlike domestic politics, there is no single world government. Instead, states rely on treaties, organizations, and norms to manage cooperation. Think of it as a patchwork of agreements and institutions that make international life more predictable. The role of international organizations. International organizations, IOs, are central actors in global governance. They provide forums for cooperation, mediation, and policymaking. United Nations, UN, maintains peace and security, promotes human rights, and coordinates humanitarian aid. World Health Organization, WHO, leads global health efforts, from eradicating smallpox to coordinating COVID-19 responses. World Trade Organization, WTO, sets trade rules and resolves disputes between states. International Monetary Fund, IMF, and World Bank provide financial stability, loans, and development aid. Regional organizations, the EU, African Union, and ASEAN manage cooperation within specific regions. Why they matter. Climate action. Agreements like the Paris Climate Accord rely on global governance to reduce emissions. Health crises. During pandemics, coordination through WHO and international aid networks is crucial. Trade and finance. Rules set by WTO and IMF prevent economic chaos and stabilize markets. Peace and security. UN peacekeeping missions reduce conflicts and provide humanitarian relief. Criticisms and challenges. Power imbalances. Some argue that organizations like the UN Security Council favor powerful nations. Sovereignty concerns. States resist ceding too much authority to global institutions. Effectiveness issues. Organizations often move slowly due to bureaucracy or lack of enforcement power. Backlash. Rising nationalism challenges the legitimacy of global governance, as some leaders prioritize nation-first approaches. The big lesson here is this: global governance is messy, imperfect, and often criticized, but without it, the world would face chaos. In an interconnected era, international organizations are not luxuries, they are necessities for survival, cooperation, and progress. And that's today's lecture on global governance and international organizations, the imperfect but essential frameworks keeping our world connected. In our next episode, we'll look at great power politics. How are the US, China, Russia, the EU, and India shaping the 21st century world order? And will their rivalry lead to cooperation, competition, or conflict? This is the Learning Studio, where learning never stops. See you in the next episode.